Sanctuary108 Inc. is a registered charity with the vision to make a difference by creating awareness, providing education and every possible support to people with depression to lead a healthier life. Our programs include one-on-one counselling sessions, group support and education programs. Support Sanctuary108.
I'm originally from Melbourne. I know. And I was the youngest of 7 children, and I came from the suburb affectionately known as Broady, short for Broadmeadows. At birth I had perfect eyesight. However, at the age of 7.5, on a particular afternoon I was with my mother and we were in a supermarket. And as we left I was either walking or running in front of her, and I stood on the mat that triggered the electronic door, and it swung open. And as I went through, it closed and it hit me on the side of the head. Now, this is nothing terribly unusual for a 7-year-old who are often falling off fences and whatever else. They cleaned up the blood, we went home, thought nothing of it. But a few days later, I said to my parents, I can't see. And they rushed me into the eye hospital. And I remember sitting between them in the front seat of the car and wondering why the buildings were getting further and further away. And the last thing I ever saw was my mother's face. In desperation, I looked up and I became totally blind. But I was lucky. And you're sitting there thinking, Dina Nadu, that door did more to him than he realises. Well, I wasn't lucky to become blind, but very fortunate that my parents, they didn't say to me, Nick, sit down, you poor blind boy, we're going to do everything for you. They said, Nick, you run around the backyard, if you trip over the tap or run into the fence, you won't do it again in a hurry. They taught me about how life can be unpredictable, how life can be suddenly very confronting and challenging, and how to adjust to whatever happens in life. That leads me on to share with you a magical moment in my life, and I've had the privilege to have been involved in so many different things. I played blind cricket for 20 years, playing for Victoria, New South Wales and Australia. Matter of fact, I thought Gavin was running late because I'd summoned him to go over to England. That's my theory. Anyhow, Royal Blind Society, as it was known back in the olden days, organised a come and try drive a car day at Eastern Creek Raceway. I know it sounds suspicious. I thought that too. They looked at the books and thought there's too many blind people, why don't we colour few? That was I thought. And I arrived at Eastern Creek Raceway and I was introduced to my nervous passenger, and I shook his hand and I felt the quiver. And I couldn't work out why he was so nervous about me driving his car. I sat behind the wheel, he sat next to me, and I turned to him and I said, Lloyd, this will be the ride of your life. I started the engine, brum, and off I went. And he started saying, left, straight, right. Now, I don't know most of you people, but I suspect some of you people get mixed up with your left and rights. Well, I told lap 3, he says, Nick, go right. But I can tell that his voice is facing left. I said, Lord, you mean left? He says, oh my God, go left, 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 left. And I just managed to turn the wheel left in time. I need to tell you that the New South Wales Police was supervising this event, and they told each driver that was blind that no one shall go faster than 60 km per hour. Well, I was on lap 4, Lloyd says, Nick, you're up to 80 km per hour. Nick, you're up to 90 km per hour. Now, do you think, being a former cricketer, am I going to stop in the 90s? No way. And having reached 100 km per hour, I turned to Lloyd and I said, Lloyd, let them take my licence. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to finish now. But as I started, I'm going to finish by saying that life is unpredictable. Sanctuary108 is and will be an organisation, a foundation that is going to make a difference. It's going to assist, who knows, at what point in time, those lives of people that may find themselves, like I did all those years ago, with something that almost seems catastrophic. And it will make a difference. Thank you very much.
Imagine a marathon that runs for 24 grueling, exhausting and painfully tiring hours. Imagine taking part in this marathon if you were blind. Nick Gleeson is an inspirational man who was born with sight but became blind in a tragic accident at the tender age of 7. He's in training for this marathon and will be participating in it in April 2014. He needs your help with financial sponsorship. Nick is participating in this marathon to help raise valuable funds and community awareness for Sanctuary108, an organisation that aims to help people manage their depression, a growing epidemic in this country and the world. Help Nick achieve this goal by sponsoring his run from the comfort of your homes. Donate directly to Sanctuary108 via its webpage, sanctuary108.org, or use the following app, giveeasy.org/charity/sanctuary-108-Inc. Thank you for your support.